The Alien Council chamber was a marvel of engineering and design. Suspended in the void of space, it glittered with the light of 1,000 distant stars. Representatives of 23 interstellar species were gathered, their holographic avatars shimmering in the zero-gravity environment. At the center of the circular chamber stood T. Lorne, the ambassador of the revered Korethi Dominion. His elongated crystalline form pulsed with a soft blue light as he addressed the assembly. "We must discuss the matter of humanity," T. Lorne intoned, his voice like the chiming of distant bells. "Their species has grown far too aggressive, far too unpredictable. They threaten the delicate balance of our galaxy." A murmur rippled through the chamber. The various alien delegates, from the insectoid Skreth to the gaseous Plumesians, exchanged glances or equivalent gestures. Humanity was a relatively new entrant to the galactic stage, but their rapid ascent had been nothing short of extraordinary. In mere centuries, they had gone from primitive rocketry to faster-than-light travel. They had colonized planets, developed technologies that rivaled ancient civilizations, and, most alarmingly, won wars against species far older and more advanced than themselves. The Plumesian representative, a swirling mass of iridescent gas, finally spoke. Perhaps it is their primitive biology that makes them so volatile. They possess an unparalleled capacity for violence and ingenuity, added the Skreth delegate, his mandibles clicking in frustration. "We have underestimated them at every turn." "They're dangerous because they lack the wisdom to temper their ambition," said T. Lorne. "We must act now. Neutralize them before they become an existential threat to all of us." A new voice cut through the chamber, deep and resonant. "Neutralize us." The holographic projection of Captain Adrian Voss appeared in the center of the chamber, startling the assembled aliens. Humanity had no official representation in the council. Their technology had not yet reached the point of earning them a seat. Yet here stood one of their leaders, uninvited, unannounced, and utterly unperturbed. "How did you get access to this meeting?" demanded T. Lorne, his crystalline form flashing red with alarm. Voss smirked. "You'd be amazed what a few well-placed algorithms can do. Now, I couldn't help but overhear your little conspiracy to neutralize humanity. Thought I'd drop by and offer a friendly piece of advice, don't." The chamber erupted in outrage. Delegates shouted, hissed, and vibrated, their languages overlapping in a cacophony of indignation. Voss stood calmly amidst the chaos, hands clasped behind his back. When the noise subsided, he continued. "I understand why you're nervous," Voss said. "We're the newcomers, the underdogs. But here's the thing. Humans don't take kindly to threats. We're a species forged in adversity. Do you know what happens when you back us into a corner?" The room was silent now, save for the faint hum of energy fields. Voss's smirk faded, replaced by a cold, hard stare. "We come out swinging," he said. T. Lorne's crystalline form vibrated with suppressed fury. "Your arrogance knows no bounds, human. You think you can stand against the combined might of this council?" "It wouldn't be the first time," Voss replied. "You remember the Battle of Epsilon Ridge? No? Let me remind you. Humanity held off an armada twice our size with outdated ships and improvised weapons. We didn't just survive, we won." The Skreth delegate hissed. "A fluke. Luck. Was it luck when we cracked your unbreakable encryption, or when we reverse-engineered your plasma cannons and made them better?" Voss countered. "We're adaptable, resourceful, and yes, a little reckless. But that recklessness is why we're still here." "This is your warning, human," T. Lorne said, his voice like a blade slicing through glass. "Stand down, or we will crush your species." Voss's grin returned, sharp and defiant. "You're welcome to try. Just remember, never make humans mad." With that, his holographic image flickered and vanished, leaving the council chamber in uneasy silence. Back on Earth, aboard the UANT's Resolute, Captain Voss leaned back in his command chair. The bridge crew was silent, their eyes on him. "Do you think they'll attack?" asked Commander Elena Torres, his second in command. Voss's expression grew somber. "Probably. And when they do, they'll learn the same lesson everyone else has. Humanity doesn't lose. Not because we're stronger or smarter, but because we're too damn stubborn to quit." The war began 3 weeks later. The combined fleets of the Galactic Council descended upon human space with overwhelming force. Their strategy was simple: annihilate Earth and its colonies, wiping humanity from the galaxy in one swift stroke. It didn't go as planned. The first sign of trouble came when the Council's armada entered the Sol system. Their ships began malfunctioning, navigation systems scrambled, weapon arrays offline, shields flickering. The humans had somehow hacked into their systems, turning their advanced technology against them. Then the human fleet struck. They emerged from the shadow of Jupiter, their ships smaller and less advanced, but faster and more maneuverable. They swarmed the Council's armada like hornets, targeting key systems with surgical precision. For every human ship destroyed, 3 Council ships fell. On the surface of Earth, civilians watched the battle unfold on massive screens. Cheers erupted as one Council warship after another was destroyed. Humanity had turned its desperation into innovation, developing new tactics and technologies in record time. Railguns fired projectiles at relativistic speeds, slicing through enemy ships like paper. AI-guided drones swarmed the battlefield, overwhelming defenses. But the humans didn't stop there. They pushed the fight into Council territory, striking at supply lines and key installations. Planets that had never seen war found themselves under siege. The Council's forces, stretched thin and demoralized, began to fracture. Months later, the Galactic Council called for a ceasefire. A delegation of alien leaders arrived on Earth, humbled and wary. They were escorted to a meeting room in Geneva, where Captain Voss waited for them. "We've come to negotiate," Lorne said, his crystalline form dimmed with exhaustion. Voss leaned forward, his expression unreadable. "Negotiate? After you tried to wipe us out?" "We underestimated you," Lorne admitted. "We acted out of fear. It was a mistake." Voss studied the alien for a long moment, then nodded. "Apology accepted. But let me make one thing clear. Humanity isn't going anywhere. If you come at us again, we won't stop at defending ourselves. We'll take the fight to you, understand?" Lorne's light flickered in agreement. Understood. As the alien delegation departed, Voss turned to Commander Torres. "Think they've learned their lesson?" Torres smiled. "If they haven't, they will. One way or another." Voss nodded, his gaze distant. Humanity had earned its place among the stars, not through diplomacy or tradition, but through sheer willpower. And as long as they carried that fire within them, no force in the galaxy could extinguish it.